Alright, I wanted to do a quick video for you today and show you what's needed for the 54-inch front blade, from the connection all the way to the blade, and then show you how to use it. And I did this for anybody looking for a 2210 or anybody who has a 2210 and looking for a front blade, curious about what's needed, how it works, because when I was searching through YouTube I couldn't find very much on it. I found more on the bucket, but not a lot on the front blade. So with that, I'm going to walk you through the components. All right, starting with the tractor. The first thing you're going to need that doesn't come with the tractor is this bracket here. There's 4 bolts. This stud is actually welded to the bracket, and the nut is the only thing that's required on the inside. But right there, that piece, and there's also one here. And this one you've got 4 bolts and 4 nuts. And this bracket is also used with the, I believe it's called the 210 front bucket. And but that's the first piece. Those may not come with the blade or the quick hitch when you buy it. And if you buy it used, if the person has a bucket, you may want to keep those. So if you got to buy these and you go on the John Deere website, I think it'll list one for like 100 and something, and then one for $80, like $79.99. So they're expensive. But then I think they're number 14. Both brackets are listed as number 14. Then they'll have a left and right in individual pricing. Then it will have a number 15, which has a circle around both brackets and listed as a kit for $65. And I just ordered this from a buddy down at Vice John Deere, and both brackets come with a kit along with the hardware, the bolts, and the nuts for $65. So take that route. So with that, let's move to the next piece, which is this adapter right here. All right, so the next piece we're going to look at is this adapter right here. This goes up onto the brackets. This just slides on like this. Now it's a tight fit, those brackets. I actually have to loosen them, put this on, and then retighten it. And I generally leave it on. You do have a little bit less ground clearance, but for everything that I'm doing, I don't really need that ground clearance. So I'm gonna just pop it on there. Put this through. It's gonna go right here. There's a hole here on both sides. You just gotta work it in place. I can do that. Huh. All right, so I went and got me a tool because I don't want to shear my fingers off in these holes. And I just want to knock this in place. Again, for me, I keep this on here, so this is kind of a one-time thing. So I'm not really worried about it, about the off and on piece of it. Okay, so that's piece number 2. This is the third piece. This is your quick hitch. And it has really long hoses because your hydraulic hookups on ones like the 2210, the 2305, all the new stuff is around the side. I'm used to the old 318 that had hookups here and here. And I'll walk around and show you how I set this up here in just a second. This is the easy piece. It just hangs right there. And strap the pins in. Done. That's it. You've got a ring here that kind of just helps collect them and keep them together. You're supposed to have here one silver, yellow, silver, black, green. But the guy I bought these from, he didn't have one silver. I'll get one later, no big deal. So I used a black in its place. What I normally do is I'll start and do these two first because it's you know, just harder to get back there when you got two in front. So we're going to start with these. Yellow, silver, black, green. And so we're going to start with silver. And here's what I do. It's just something I've always done since I first had my first tractor with hydraulics. Is I'm going to spray in here. And then I'm going to spray this piece down. Just brake clean. Wipe this down. And just ball that up. It's kind of like you're putting cotton in your ears or something. Just clean it out. And here's why I do that. Once your hydraulic system is tied to your transmission, your lift, everything. Once you get dirt in your hydraulic system, contamination, it introduces a whole world of very expensive problems because everything has to be taken apart and cleaned. So I always throw convenience out the door and do not worry about convenience, do not worry about my time. I make sure I get this clean. So once you get it cleaned up, you've got these routing loops here that just keep it up and out of the way. And so I'm going to start here, just working. No, see, I'm going to start with the one closest to here because the entrance is on the inside. Then I'm going to come up here and just loop them through. Did you get that? Sweet. And then just make sure I've got plenty of room here. So, if you stand back and look at it, you're set up. And we'll come up here a little bit. You're going to use this, your multi-selector valve, and that'll control your front bucket. So, as you can see, you can work your 3-point hitch and your deck independently. Step 4 is the blade, and the blade already has the quick hitch adapter in place. So, all I'm going to do is open up my pins here, my spring pins, and it's ready to go. That's fine. It'll stay in place just like that. If you're going to be actually using it to push snow, push dirt, you want to lock those pins in place. You just pop them, pull it out a little bit, and they're locked in place. So that's that mind up. So when I push right, the blade goes right. There's about as high as it goes. My 318, the bottom of the blade would come about up to here. With this setup, you don't have much clearance here. You've got maybe 4 inches or so. You've got maybe 6-8 inches here. I'm not sure. So if you got the room to store it like this, then you really have to be careful on your terrain. If you've got rocks, if you've got dips and valleys and whatnot, your approach really doesn't have much clearance. So that's why, for the most part, I just keep this piece on, and this piece I keep all separate. But that's how to use the quick hitch and how to install it and to remove it. It's everything in reverse.